Joseph Hill, 28 years old. Joined the military straight from school. I was in the infantry for 10 years, 1st Battalion Fusiliers. Served in reconnaissance and snipers. I then left the military and pursued a career in the maritime security industry, where I worked for a number of companies, culminating in becoming a team leader. So I started looking on Google for close protection, executive close protection courses within the UK based, so that I could come do this course ready to transition from working abroad back into the UK. I started looking about 2 years ago, and the first company that actually got back in touch with me gave me all the relevant information, gave me their course details, the layouts, the name their training team, dates, etc., pricing and things like that, was Phoenix Group Birmingham. I'm a local boy anyway. I only live down the M42 now, Junction 10, so it's ideally located for me, as it is for the majority of the candidates that have attended the course. It's centrally located. The use of Birmingham city centre itself for your surveillance ops, your first exercise, culminating in the final exercise right up into city centre itself, is absolutely fantastic. First impressions go a bit before the first day of the course actually. All the details that were sent out from Tom were brilliant. The course plan, dress codes immediately set the tone to, well, this isn't just your standard CP course. This is going to be a high-end CP course. Blazers, shirts, suits, everyday clothes that you'd normally wear, tracksuit, jeans, t-shirt, stuff like that, is a no-go. You're straight in there to that executive feel, and that's exactly what it was on the first day. Everybody comes in all nice and dressed in their suits, ready to go, ready to start a potential new career, because that's what it is. Everybody's selling themselves, and you've got to be able to do that in an executive manner, which the Phoenix company themselves put across brilliantly. From my experience with weapons, it's obviously a lot more than the majority of people that may think of attending courses like this. Obviously my military career, I've handled and used a lot of weapons, and transitioning into civilian life and going into the maritime side, I use a lot of weaponry. The weaponry that we used on this shooting day and the facilities were outstanding. AR-15s, 2.2 conversions obviously for UK law, but they had everything on them. They didn't hold back. Optics, lasers, lights, all the bells and whistles, absolutely fantastic. The range was brilliant. The guys that were presenting the weapons to us, giving us a heads up on weapon usage and weapon handling skills, their knowledge was second to none. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, so we had the opportunity as well to do a driving down the course, which was set up fantastic. The venue was an airfield. We had lots of area to play with the vehicles. We had the scenarios set up as well. We had a number of vehicles which you just don't get on other courses. We had the ramming we could do with the vehicles to drive through as the J-turns, pit manoeuvres. We'd done high-speed reversing. We were doing formation driving, touching wing mirrors with the guy next to you in the vehicle. The skill level of the skid pan drivers, and then transferring that skill over to us as complete novices of that, was absolutely brilliant. Second to none. Really, really enjoyable. For just, even if you're there, want to do that as an interest day, as a team building exercise for different corporate events, stuff like that, go and do the driving day. Absolutely fantastic. I would recommend Phoenix based on the fact that they are professional. The assets, the scenarios that they have in place for the candidates to gain the experience needed is second to none. We have £500,000 worth of assets on the final exercise, and you just don't hear about that. Other courses, you'll get a couple of insignias maybe, you'll have one of the training team as your principal, and you'll be taking them to the local pub. We was in the centre of Birmingham, we was in real high-end restaurants, taking real-life clients out on a real up, The only difference between this and a rear up was the fact that this was obviously our final exercise and not a rear up. Apart from that, everything was as it would be if you was expected or told to do this in the real world. What I've learned from this course and what I will take with me into my chosen career path is a huge knowledge base on CP in the UK. A lot of people get confused with doormen being bodyguards or CPOs and things like that. It is a whole different ball game. You've got so much more to think about, and when you're out on the job and you're out with clients, it's so much more than just standing at a door and controlling that door. You've got all-round defence you've got to be looking for. You've got the paparazzi that will be coming in, which again are there on the final exercise. You know, just to test the ability of the guys on there. You've also got the assets that they're going to use, and for that, I mean, we had the Rolls Royce, we had the Range Rover Sports, we had the clients. Obviously, the venues were fantastic, and what you learn from that is appreciate the skill of your teammates as well. My role on our final X was team leader. I've been team leader on many different occasions in the maritime security industry. I've never experienced anything quite like close protection executive style in the UK as a team leader. And I think the main thing I brought from that was that it is so executive and high class and high calibre. From coming into the course, knowing very little about the UK-based executive CP, or even European-based CP, to where I was on final exercise as the team leader, conducting a high-quality, low-profile form of close protection for a real client in the centre of Birmingham was fantastic, and the knowledge that I've gained from that is going to serve me tenfold now that I'm going to be pursuing my career as a CPO.